Hi, this is Kate. Welcome to In the Studio with Kate. It's week 14 of my ongoing series of checking in every week about what's happening in my art world. This past week, I finished another painting, which has now gone walkabout. Apologize for that. This is the second time I've had to record this. I think I hit everything right where I needed it the first time. This is my third in the series of 100 paintings, so I think I learned a lot with this one. I like the way she turned out. So that's that painting. The other thing that I have been doing is exploring face colors. I have this book, Color Mixing Recipes for Portraits, which I've had for a couple of years, but it's just like was a little confusing to me. It's just like, this is a lot of steps to get a skin color. It was just like, either I wasn't want to doing it, I wanted to find a simpler way. But I have since decided that now I'm ready to start delving into this. It actually is a pretty cool book. It has not only recipes for all sorts of different kind of skin tones, it has recipes for hair and for eye color. So in this coming year, I'm going to be working a lot with this book and trying to learn how to get colors that I'm looking for when I'm doing a portrait. The other thing that I have done through, I can't remember what the service is called. It used to be called Craftsy. It's Blue something. I keep wanting to call it Blue Note, and I don't think that's right. So if you just Google Craftsy, then you can find it. But the artist was making sheets on all of her paint. And I really liked that idea because just off the top of my head, I didn't know the difference between like naphtha red light and maybe cadmium red light, you know, which one is truer red, which is more orange red. So I got some canvas paper and I made these charts. And so I started with the primaries. So I did a red, and I did a yellow, and I did a blue, and I add my purples to the blue page. And then I have a lot more paint than that, so I did one for all the brown shades and orange shades I had. Then a greens and blue greens. And then the last one I made was for all the neutrals, so different kinds of black, different kinds of grays. And so I really, really recommend doing something like this if you've never done it before, and then you can just pull it out. I plan on having it right on the shelf next to me. Can pull it out and when I'm deciding colors to choose and so on and so forth. So I think that's just an excellent exercise, and highly recommend it. It takes a long time to do, but in the long term, I think it's a very worthwhile exploration. The other thing that I have done is I started taking this class with Tara Lever. She's an artist in Cornwall, England, and it's all on, it's called Abstractify, but it's about taking the images and making them your own. It's kind of like the basics thing. It's just like you can go from real realistic to real abstract and anything, abstract, anything in between. And she is teaching us how to do that. So I started with this piece, this charcoal piece. I'm using the same reference image for all of these pieces that I did. So there's this one, and then this is one where we took just one of the flowers and focused on one of the flowers. So it's the piece I did on that. And then the next exercise was to just draw the negative space and then see what comes out of that negative space. So what came out of mine was a tree, this big tree like that. And at first I thought it was too big, like the base was too big. And then I started thinking of it as, oh, it's the big mother tree, big old oak or something. It has lots of branches going out. And then a couple days later when I started looking at it, it reminded me of the tree in Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit where Bilbo lives, and that, you know, his house should be kind of like down here. I think that might be kind of fun to try and do a rendition of that. Big tree, hills, and a house under the ground. So I don't know if I'll do it or not, but it's kind of a fun idea. The last one I have here is we did a line drawing in charcoal and then we colored in with pastels. And so I really like this one. I like the wonkiness of the base and the cup, and I like how the cup's going one way and the base is going another way. So it's a fun thing, exercise to actually do. So I'm really enjoying that class. I think it's going to take my painting in it's kind of like a different thing from the face thing, but it's still like I want to get back to doing some paintings on canvas, which is kind of, I've let go the wayside. I haven't done much with that at all this past year. So that's the focus that I'm focusing on for this year. So it feels exciting to be doing that. And so I've been having a great time this week. I hope you're having some time in your own studios, that you're able to get your hands in paint, get your hands in collage, get your hands in charcoal maybe. Charcoal's lots of fun. But just anything, just get those creative juices moving. I have been reorganizing everything in my house, which started with a closet that needed to be revamped because I have 100 canvases in it and it's just getting crazy. So once I started organizing that led me to look into this room and start reorganizing. I'm giving some things away, going through my art supplies of things that, am I ever going to ever use this again? Or am I ever going to do this one craft I thought I was going to do? So I'm going through a lot of that. If you've watched my videos before, you can see the bookshelf behind me looks a little bit different. I'm still figuring out what's going to go on each shelf. I've taken all the stuff that was on the top shelf off and just doing a different arrangement, trying just to keep the things in here, things that I'm using all the time. And some of the other crafty things are going to go into my room where my sewing machine and stuff are. So it's kind of a process. So I started out with one closet. Now I'm reorganizing things in 3 rooms. So it's taken a while, but I'm starting to see some progress and things are feeling better. The energy's feeling better. I feel like this is becoming more of a space that I like to be in. The other thing I wanted to share is that I've never been a big podcast person. I thought, how do people find time to listen to those things? But lately I've been putting them on while I'm in my studio working. And I did I follow the Left Brain Artist, and she does a podcast with different artists every week. And the interviews have been fantastic and fascinating. So it's a great thing for me to listen to while I am doing other work, you know. And so the one that I listened to a couple days ago wasn't her current, was the week before, but I highly recommend it. It's a story of this one guy whose journey was quite amazing. So called The Left Brain Artist. You can find it on iTunes. So check it out if you like. On that note, I think that's it for this week. So I hope you're having some chance to get into your studio. If you're doing something fun, I'd love to hear about it. And until then, let's all go make art. Bye.